Oh, I was just saying hi, Peter.
Oh, the Buffalo County Commissioners, at this time, may we say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need a motion to accept the agenda, please.
Second.
Okay, and I need a motion to approve the May minutes.
I sent them to you guys as
Yep.
well as they're all on our website.
Yep. Okay, I am going to, Jason couldn't make it today with the 911. So he asked that I call him, he'll be on speakerphone, give us an update of what is happening with our 911 systems. And if you need to come up to hearing, that's fine too.
Jason.
Hi, Jason, this is Dawn at the commissioner meeting, and I've got everybody here for an update.
You guys are running fast today.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
It's too nice to be in here.
and also Chairman Peter Linke is here, and Tommy from Fort Thompson.
Okay, I really wish I would have been there then, and I apologize that I'm not. I had a 911 coordination meeting today. So they kind of like my Super Bowl type deal, I guess it's what I refer to. I would have been there, and I wish I could have been there, especially to speak to Chairman Linke. So I think I can cover this pretty quick if you'd like me to.
Please.
So I guess for everybody's benefit, since I'm on the phone, my name's Jason Musby. I'm the state 911 coordinator employed by the Department of Public Safety. I've been working with Winter PD, Crow Creek Tribe, and Buffalo County regarding 911 service moving to Winter. After those contracts were approved very quickly by the Crow Creek Sioux Tribe and the Commission. But then we had to work through some things with BIA law enforcement to make sure they were satisfied with information that they would be able to get back on law enforcement calls and things like that. I've met with Chief Mendez there a couple of times, and we have his concerns taken care of. And so I feel like this is back on track. Everybody's in agreement. The concern that's come up though with Andrea and I at Winter is those contracts were signed, last year. This project's taken a while, and for a couple of reasons, we think it would be appropriate to just refresh those contracts.
Yep. Totally agree.
Okay. One of the things I pointed out to Andrea is both the Crow Creek Sioux Tribe and Buffalo County are kind of included on one contract. I feel they need to be separate for a few reasons. It's two sovereign entities that need to be separated. The other thing is there's some South Dakota laws that are cited in the Crow Creek contract, and Crow Creek does not have to follow those as a sovereign government. And I think what Andrea is going to do is just point those statutes towards Winter PD is able to enter this contract because of South Dakota codified law, such and such, but the Crow Creek tribal government is not beholden to that South Dakota law. So I think that needs to be clarified just a little bit.
Okay.
The last thing in there is just we would note just how information would be disseminated, and that's the chief has some concerns there. This would apply to any agency, but if it's active law enforcement, type of things, any type of request for that information would need to come from, like the Buffalo County Sheriff or the law enforcement chief. That doesn't prevent Andrea from providing the council or the county commission, basic aggregate information. Hey, we got this many calls for service, just basic numbers so you know what's going on. But if it gets into personally identifiable information, we have to follow federal and state law on that. So we just want to clarify that. So nothing too shocking there, but just making sure that we're acknowledging, Crow Creek follows federal and tribal law, and Buffalo County follows state law.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, this is Tommy, OEM for the tribe. Say, anything we could do to expedite this position is, the tribe's willing to pass or duly pass any kind of resolutions to support this. And the reason why we're following Buffalo County was, BIA failed to maintain their standards for precept office, and the tribe recognized this. So if Chief Mendez is giving you any backlash, let us know so we can address that appropriately by, resolution form also.
Let me know immediately.
I think Chairman Linking might have squared that away already for me. So,
Okay.
we were having there were some concerns brought up, and it's taken some time. I don't know that, I suspect Chairman Linking maybe communicated through his channels, and we got everything squared away. So really, it's, the chief says, hey, if we're doing an investigation, he wants to make sure that his officers can get the information. Andrea at Winter, Mitch, the public safety director at Winter, they all agree, hey, we just need to fill out a process that they can get it. And then I told him, I said, I think the tribe completely understands if you guys are working an investigation, that's a sensitive law enforcement matter, so they just want to make sure they get, if a 911 call comes in for an issue, that they get recordings, and that's not going to be a problem.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Any forward movement to push us into the 21st century is greatly appreciated, man.
Definitely.
I think this is going to start moving very quickly now. I'm actually driving out to Winter tomorrow to meet with Andrea and Mitch, because I knew we had this meeting today, and I was originally planning to be there, but I'm going to let them know, hey, tribal council's ready to roll, the commission's ready to roll, and get them to maybe make that couple things, present you guys with a new contract, I would hope, in short order, and we'll get this moving. So.
That sounds great, Jason. Thank you for your efforts.
Yeah, thank you very much. We really appreciate your effort and your willingness. Just to let you know, the tribe, in different areas of the tribe, we do defer to state law when needed. So just a heads up on that. If we need to, we can.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to be sensitive about the fact that you're not beholden to state law, and I think we can address it in the contract. Essentially, wording. There's one paragraph that essentially allows governments to enter contracts, but that doesn't apply to Crow Creek unless Crow Creek wants it to, I guess, is my thinking. So, it's just recognizing them as a sovereign entity, and I think it's important to have in there. So,
Yes, exactly.
So, when you're presented with those contracts, I would plan to attend either the tribal council meeting or the commission meeting, and kind of I can run through that stuff with you with Andrea.
Okay.
This is why, first of all, it needs to be refreshed. I think you guys had those contracts, well, maybe not a year ago, but it was a while. So that needs to happen, and just so you know when it's presented to you why there was the change.
Yep. Good.
On the technology side, I'm actually already working with law enforcement there at Crow Creek to get them some programs to help them talk to Winter better. And when the call comes in, if it's a law enforcement jurisdiction call, making sure they can share all the information. I think we're actually going to put Crow Creek BIA law enforcement dispatch in a better position with all of this. And I've actively had a meeting this week with them. BIA IT was good with this program, so we're moving on that as well. So I'm doing the other stuff in the background while this contract is working through. So
Good.
Great.
That sounds great.
Anybody else got any questions for him?
I do.
Yes, Tom.
Jason Arlen here. just to clarify with the contract upgrade and updates, are we still able to move forward with everything else and get it in place, or do we have to wait until the contract is re-signed and taken care of?
I'm already working on all that stuff, Arlen, and I apologize if you called me this morning and I was tied up and I meant to call you back. Yeah, no, I'm like rapid SOS implementation. I've already got the full GIS, the addressing points and data boundary for all of Crow Creek. And when I say all of Crow Creek, I mean not just Buffalo County, but where it extends into the other couple counties there. So I'm already working on that. So it's not going to be a deal where you guys have the contract and then I go to work on this other stuff. I'm working on it now because I know you're going to sign it, I guess, in my mind anyway. So I'm not trying to tell the chairman or Dawn what to do there, but I'm pretty confident you're going to sign it. So I'm already doing that work.
Good. Yeah, let's get them moving. There's lives at stake here.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Thank you very much, Jason, for taking your time today.
Oh, yeah, and
Thank you,
again,
Jason.
I want to be there, and especially everybody's in the same room, it's a lot easier. So
Yeah.
I apologize that I've got a call in like this. I will, Dawn and I had chatted earlier. I think if you guys could maybe look to put me on the agenda for July, we would have some really good updates by then. And it'd be nice if we had a contract, we could at least hand to, everybody at that point.
Do you guys meet on the first Tuesday of the
First
month?
Tuesday of every month, or we can call a special when needed.
Okay, because if you could make just one trip that
Yep.
day.
That would
We
be-
also have 2 meetings in July.
Huh?
We also have 2 meetings in July
Oh, okay.
so,
But what I'm trying to say is, so that he could stop at
sure.
Crow Creek and then come to here. What time is your meeting, Peter?
Starts at 10 a.m.
Yeah, the tribal meeting's at 10 a.m. on the same day. Ours is at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Excuse me.
Okay, and that's on 7/7? Is that when that'll be?
Yes.
Okay.
Tuesday.
I will talk to Andrea tomorrow, and I'll give you a call, Dawn, and let you know what I find out.
Okay. All right. And I will let Danita or Peter or somebody know also. So,
Okay.
all righty.
I would like to see this get moving again.
Okay.
No, like how long before them contracts could be ready to sign?
Well, that's what he's hoping that
Yeah.
July 7th he'll have them here, is what his hope is. So.
The city of Winter attorney is the one that has to draft those up. So, like I said, I'll meet with Andrea tomorrow.
He's on the way.
Her boss, and let him know, hey, they want these contracts. So, it'd be nice if we could get them up to you.
Okay. All right. Well, we've worked long and hard on this, Jason, so.
Yeah, I was actually just looking back today. This has been going on. So, I think my first conversation ever was with the tribal council right at 2 years ago. So,
Yeah. So, okay, thank you, Jason.
yeah, thank you.
Bye. So I hope that kind of answers some questions for everybody. We're getting closer all the time. So,
Thank you.
yes, you're very welcome. Chairman Lenke and Tommy, you have something you'd like to discuss with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good afternoon. Congratulate you guys on your reelection to some of your commissioners and your dedication to not only the county, but, public safety is a big must, and it starts with our administration. What I got here is just a draft letter from one of our councilwomen. And as you may know or may not know, the Crow Creek Sioux Tribe had fire suppression with the BIA law enforcement. And earlier this year, we had that federal agency reprogrammed, redistrict, and we lost pretty much all of our fire suppression except for a United States wildland fire designation. We had a MOU with our BIA locally ran fire department to offer some kind of fire suppression for, you know, in-town fire. That made our tribal council just this week pass a resolution forming a volunteer fire department with the Crow Creek Sioux Tribe. And what we come together to realize is, you know, we're not in this fight alone, you know, we're Buffalo County also. So on that back page, we had several MOUs with surrounding counties, and based to their staffing, they're no longer available, and that kind of leaves us, you know, without an automatic response or any kind of response till the formation of our volunteer fire department. So what I'm asking for today is a passage of this mutual aid agreement, and it's pretty bland. We had one when Catherine Benton was here for OEM and EMS. All we added was a fire suppression. You know, if we have a fire outbreak on our reservation, you know, our local volunteer fire department will handle it. But to work properly with the state in their fire districts, it would be ideal to have a MOU or MOA in place with the county. Not to, by any means, not to provide 100% fire suppression or whatnot. It's to make sure that our chain of command is followed, you know, with tribe, county, and to state request. You know, after hours, it's important. As Arlen knows, you know, he's part of the fire background, that it's imperative that, you know, something's in writing. We operated the last couple of decades on handshakes alone. And I think it's imperative, you know, in order public safety to have something in place. Right now, like I said, the tribe is lacking on their fire suppression, but man, we got a great EMS and a great OEM project, and we're bringing that to the table. You know, Buffalo County, this portion of the county is in Kimball Ambulance District, but that was never once hinder our response to this side of the county. This formation of this mutual aid agreement kind of brings it to the table. You know, we got something as a tribe to offer, and you got something that we can offer, or you guys can offer to the tribe. And with the formation of our own volunteer fire department, our tribal council has authorized us to recoup expenses. And if we have this mutual aid agreement, that would include your volunteer fire department or your response to any fires on the reservation, all accordance with the National Wildland Fire Standards. I'm open to any comments or questions at this time.
Well, the only thing I can say is we have no government over our fire department. That's a separate entity, and it's all volunteers.
Yeah.
So
You know, inadvertently, the Buffalo County has mutual aid agreements with the State Fire Marshal Service. Buffalo County has received safer grants and aid to firefighter grants through the state of South Dakota. There is mutual aid agreements with the state from your county. And, you know, that's part of the agreement of the grants there. So we're just asking, you know, for a formal handshake, something in written agreement that, you know, can help the tribe foster, because a lot of these grants are written to the point where there's redundancy clauses in them. So if Buffalo County goes after something with the grant, the tribe is not able to receive that grant because Buffalo County already received that grant. And, you know, that's for the whole Buffalo County, not just non-tribal portions of it. And vice versa, if the tribe goes after something before Buffalo County, and Buffalo County will get turned down because of the redundancy issue. And it's, all in the interest of public safety that, we have something in writing so we could share these opportunities. I foresee a good thing coming. I wrote a lot of grants to include, our first responding agencies. There's going to be a tremendous efforts out there that issued to the tribe as far as training grants and training opportunities that outside entities are willing to come in. So, if we have this training, our mutual aid agreement, that doesn't exclude anybody. It's just sharing our resources in accordance with these federal grants and state grants that both of our entities
And I
receive.
feel like we'll have to discuss this with the fire department, but the question I know they're all going to ask is how will they be reimbursed, because there's,
That's been a standing question because we did not have direct control over our fire department. It is run and operated through the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which is a government agency that provided suppression of fires on our reservation. But the recently developed volunteer fire department at Crow Creek, if we have these MOUs in place, we can build that federal agency for fire suppression on their property, including, I know county and tribes different because of the tax-based system, but it's ultimately responsibility if it's proven that the landowner is, the cost will revert back to them. And the tribe gave us resolution to reclaim any expenses from property owners or federal agencies, accordance with the National Fire Coordination Group for Fire Suppression, who has set standards for reimbursement rates. And the reason why I included that in our verbiage is to make sure we have these reimbursement avenues with our federal agencies. Because 90% of the homes on the reservation are owned and operated by HUD.
Mhm.
And, they're bound by federal standards too for fire suppression. And in the past, we had never had Gan Valley, Highmore, or Chamberlain get reimbursed. And I think this is an important avenue that everything is missing. Nobody has ever brought this to the table as far as fire suppression, because BIA Wildland at that time had no avenue to seek reimbursement from anybody on the tribal side. So there was hindrance with this, but this volunteer fire department that the tribe has created will also be chartered with the state. So their standards and training standards and whatnot would also be issued. So inadvertently, once we're established, our mutual aid agreement with the state fire marshal will also include, our surrounding counties and not only just our tribe.
Okay.
And it's a huge undertaking because, never in my lifetime have we ever had a mutual aid agreement with Buffalo County. We have it for law. We had a handshake agreement with DMS and fire. I do believe there's something with the county road department and state DOT as far as mutual aid agreement for snow removal. But, in the interest of public safety, it's imperative that, we seek help, because Wes is a one-man crew over here, pretty much. And, it's going to start small in Crow Creek too, but, hopefully we get some funding and grant funding from various sources to establish a paid service.
Well, the reason I ask is with this being a volunteer, it wouldn't take long to dwindle all of their resources
Oh, yeah.
in money,
Tribe has resources also.
so.
Like anywhere else, it's pretty much pay to play.
Yeah. You know, theirs is all volunteer, and they do a fundraiser, so, anyway, I think, Wes, are there questions you want?
So, I mean, as the president of the Game Valley Fire Protection District, you know, I guess, yeah, we got a lot of questions, right?
Oh,
And
And it's,
it's something that,
Can I ask one right off, when you said you were president of your, whatever it was, what is your coverage area?
so, yeah,
Which one?
if you look at the fire district map
Pink
right
ones?
there,
Okay,
our coverage area today is that there,
okay. And then what's that strip down the middle?
Puckwana.
Is that where you are?
So actually, yeah, Puckwana comes up into that. I don't know, they got 20 sections up in through there. And then the rest of it's basically uncovered, or it's labeled there as Fort Thompson.
pretty much where that section line where Kimball comes up, everything west is tribal. Or,
We're not a structured fire department.
Yeah.
We only have 3 guys that have ever even certified.
Yeah, we got 3 certified guys in structure fire,
And to send them into a house, you gotta have 2 show up.
Yeah.
So-
Four.
yeah.
So we don't have enough guys to even.
So let me ask you this, when I first came back from the Marine Corps, I tried to volunteer here for the fire department. I told I couldn't. I live too far away.
And we do that, we have the guy from Hankin, I just try that, because
Yeah.
if you're on our department, you go on our insurance and say you're fighting the fire by yourself over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not with the department,
Yeah.
but you would do that because you want help, right? You're living over there. So then you're out of we probably lose our insurance if something
Yeah,
happens.
exactly.
So when
Well,
you,
with this agreement, we can put those things in place. There'll be a lot of talking, a lot of back and forth, to get this in place. But like he said, this will be mutually beneficial. We have resources we can contribute to this fire department.
And it is called Buffalo County, right?
We are Buffalo County citizens.
Is that what you
It's,
said the name of the fire thing was?
It's Gann Valley Fire.
Gann Valley
Fire District
Fire-
1.
Protection District 1.
And that's how you apply for grants?
Yep.
How does that work for you, Arlen, where you've got 4 fire departments in one county, like how many grants?
They're all on their own. They can apply. It's all competitive.
Oh, good.
The site, the SAFER grant, the AFG grants, there's so many acronyms.
So if one of them gets it, the other one don't.
Yeah, well, it doesn't necessarily mean that. The AFG grant that we get through the state, 5 fire departments in Hand County got it this year. You just gotta apply. Now, some of the federal grants, I don't know, because that is super competitive. You compete with every fire department in the nation. And year before, there was 4 fire departments in the state of South Dakota. Almost $1 billion given out. So it's very competitive and doesn't mean it's coming back to South Dakota by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
So, very invasive. A lot of our fire departments don't even apply for them because it is competitive to do. It's weeks of jumping through the hula hoop to make it happen. I've written the grant and I'll never do it again. So,
How soon do you foresee having some trucks going?
right now, we got authorization to purchase 3 fire skids.
Yeah.
And, we got 1 pumper truck at the office, but, since we're fairly new at it, we're reaching out for certification because that's a air brake pumper truck. And
You're excluded on a fire truck though.
what's that?
You'd be excluded with a fire truck, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So you don't need a CDL with that one.
But it's still getting, we don't even have a set roster yet. Meeting with the state fire marshal to incorporate underneath the Crow Creek Department of Public Safety, which is a separate entity from the tribe, which is, a big step.
Yep.
But also, it also gives us resources and training, access to training grants that can further both of our fire departments. And, you know, if I could bring in these regional trainers that are willing to provide structural firefighter 1 and 2 to the tribal volunteer fire department, if we have a mutual agreement, I mean, the only thing I could see is the educational wise, equipment wise, you know, right now we're scraping the barrel and getting things together, but I foresee in a couple of years, you know, that this is going to grow. And, you know, growing up here in Buffalo County, we had no dedication extrication crew, no public safety search and rescue team. The tribe has inadvertently authorized myself as the ambulance director and OEM to go out and seek grants for that. And we recently got awarded $80-some thousand for that effort. And we're thinking about purchasing a ship, you know, a UTV for that. And all it takes is some direction and cooperation. You know, we don't want to step on your fire district too, but you know, once we get incorporated, that purple area would, you know, is pretty much open. Also, some portions of Han and Hughes County that incorporates our reservation. But yeah, the only thing I could see beneficial is everything. You know, we're a small population here in Buffalo County that's non-native, and you know, 80% of the population over there in my jurisdiction. And that's always been a great issue, is jurisdictional, but you know, we've been in public safety long enough that we all bleed red and we all get hurt. So, you know.
And it's a shame public safety, you know, comes down to jurisdiction. These are people's lives.
All right,
You know.
yeah.
I think us as two sovereign entities can definitely come together and figure something out that would benefit both places and complement and work with each other. Like, as I said before, the tribe has resources we can contribute here. We just want to play with you guys.
Put stuff on that stuff.
So can I just interject something? What I think there's a little, maybe a little misconception about like the county being involved in the fire districts or whatever. So like, say Gerald County, for instance, there's not a Gerald County Fire Department. It's Wessington Springs Fire Department. It's there. Then there's Alpena Fire Department. The same like Brule County. It's not Brule County Fire Department. It's Kimball. It's Puckwana. It's Chamberlain. They're each their own entity.
So they're
maybe-
developed by the municipality.
Right. And that's like here, it's Gan Valley Fire Department. It's not Buffalo County Fire Department. And then it's Puckwana as an area. So, but the county does contribute to the fire departments on how they decide to. So, you know, to me, it would be like, okay, so Fort Thompson is trying to develop for Crow Creek of a volunteer fire department. And so then you would form a Crow Creek Fire Department district, which encompasses that area plus probably some in Highmore and Hyde County. And then I would think you would be able to, just like we're on the tax rolls here within our district, we don't tax over in that other district, right?
It's just our coverage.
Just what's in our coverage.
Just in that,
So I would think you would
Same
be
cover.
able, if you had a district, to do the same
We got that ability
in those,
right now,
in
you
your
know,
district, you know?
we're still
And then-
listed as one of the
And then you would
most
have
impoverished.
mutual aid agreements between this department and your district, you know, to help each other.
Well, good. That's why we're here. Trying
Yeah.
to figure this out.
Right, not so much between the county and the tribe, but between the fire districts. Like we have a mutual aid with Wessington Springs Fire District, not with Gerald County.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, that's what we're,
Am I looking at that the right way, or?
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this agreement you have before you is between the tribe and the county.
Okay,
Nothing to do with your volunteer fire department. Once we get established, that gives us, justification in case, something happens here, vehicle fire or something. Right now I run, a 24-hour ambulance service. I'm on call for OEM 24/7. And with this addition with this fire service, our response time is going to be great. As far as Kimball coming up, or even yourself responding from your homes to the fire department and getting out, we got a decent response time. I ain't going to say it's the best, but in case West can't handle something, you guys got mutual aid agreements with Miller, Chamberlain, Kimball, and also, we call in duty office to push the panic button and get anybody and everybody that we can to anything else. What this agreement does is it doesn't bind anybody. It doesn't even bind the county. We got the same agreement that's listed with Brule County for their EMS. It also helps with the billing issue or the recoup costs of anything. We're not trying to hook you guys for fire suppression. We're not trying to obligate anything for the county or the state. It's just the mutual agreements that we have to have in place, should we respond to anything on your side of the county. And like I said, feel free to have somebody look over it, or your legal department, state's attorney look over it. And
I haven't, I can text over there, and he said he was on his way, so.
Well, can we table this till we can get this looked at by our state's attorney and the fire department can take it back?
And hopefully by that time, we will establish our fire district and have trucks on the ground.
How long before you think of slipping in to be in trucks and you can at least pump water? Because volunteer,
As soon as I get out to Rapid and pick them up, as far as I'm
probably
understanding,
within the next 30 days or something.
probably by the end of the week.
We have one serviceable truck there ready to go. I can't remember.
You have a barn? Fire
We have a facility listed. We don't have a building quite yet, but we have a couple buildings in mind. That brings up another important step that, in the future, we're looking at a public safety building to encompass EMS, fire, and
Just
communication. So hopefully, it takes time to build a building and plan for it, but
I just didn't know if you had one over there that wasn't being used, insulated for winter time.
Yeah.
So I guess on behalf of the fire department, I would recommend our meeting is next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And then just let us know what you really want or what you really need, right? I mean, what's the needs? We're not committing to anything until we understand what do you really need? What's the call volume? What's the expectation? What do you really need, right? Because to your point, we're all volunteers. We all got day jobs. We all got this, that, the other thing. But at the end of the day, we're not saying we're not willing to help, because we probably are willing to help as a mutual aid factor, right? But I don't know what's the relationship with Chamberlain, or what's I know they came up in the Crow Creek, Fort Thompson in the past. I don't know what's happening there, but I mean, we've as a fire department got to understand it, because the last thing we need as a fire department that's got, you know, a fairly small membership and a fairly large area is to burn everybody out, going to Fort Thompson 3 nights a week at 2 a.m. to put out coals when it's gonna take us an hour to get over there, you know, because the closest anybody lives is 2 miles out of town. We got one gentleman in town, but he's 75, 80 years old. I mean, he'll get there and start the truck and turn the light on, but beyond that, he's, you know, so I mean, you gotta understand what it is you actually need
Yeah,
from us.
what's your expectations from
Yeah.
us?
And like I said, right now, I responded about three.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. 3 or 4 fires, you know, within the last month, and sitting there basically twiddling my thumbs and watching it burn. You know, it's property that, you know, where it's being destroyed, and we didn't even have the resources to pump water on it.
Yeah.
And that's the most helpless feeling in the world, to stand by and watch fire burn.
Yeah.
And, you know, then the tribe suffered a blow when Brule County sent us a letter stating that due to staffing issues that they no longer committed to primary response to our fire district or this mutual aid. So that kind of left us, you know, high and dry also. But in Indian countrywide, this reprogramming is affecting every tribe in the nation. And it's forcing the tribes to realize that there is a deficit there, especially in fire suppression. So I'm grateful to our leadership to have their support. And, you know, I only see us growing bigger. And, you know, I can't do it alone. I you know, main thing is to my background is not in fire service, where, you know, you all have that expertise, and I could get things rolling and whatnot. And, you know, we're looking for that mutual aid agreement to help foster our roster with the state of South Dakota also, you know. But
You happen to have does a tribe have like a old tanker trailer or anything that you can keep full of water over there?
Oh, we have a modern, is it structural fire truck? No, it's not.
No, I mean, just
That's
bulk
a
water, just like a
Um,
semi-trailer or something.
Water source.
yeah,
Those little mini pumpers out in the district. Those are like 40 years.
yeah. But there is hydrants in the reservation, you know,
No.
for water
Like it
sources.
easily accessible, easily,
But you don't have a tanker truck to like bring it up to
we do,
pasture.
we do. We have a tanker truck and 3 fire skids that we just purchased.
And where I'm out there looking for, you know, additional equipment, but same portion is where we don't have that insulated building quite yet, or even a building to call home yet. But we are looking to, you know, expand our services. And a lot of the retired former BIA wildland firefighters that, you know, some of them have structure fire credentials are willing to assist us in this effort. And that's why we're here today, you know, to request that mutual aid agreement from the county. And it's not only for fire suppression, it's for EMS and OEM. OEM, Office of Emergency Manager, we share the same region. So, you know, if Arlen's out of town or whatnot, you know, or with another jurisdiction up there, you know, the state duty office can apply that mutual aid agreement within our region here. And, you know, it's just beneficial to everybody to have this looked at. And like I said, we're willing to sign it. We're willing to foster it. We're willing to host trainings to improve not only our fire department, but your fire department.
No, exactly.
And we
You know,
do
we
some of
have,
that.
we have some pretty good resources where we can bring in certification and trainings that we would also extend to you guys.
Yeah, and we do the same thing,
Yeah.
when we can, we'll get as many fire departments around, if
Yeah.
they wanna come, heck, as long as we don't get too many to the
Yeah.
inspector.
You gotta feed all them too. you know.
It's usually the instructor.
But, you know, to answer your question in short, what we're looking for is a reciprocal relationship where we can benefit each other and work together and save lives. Public safety is at the forefront all across this nation, across this world. I
Did you ever
think,
get compensated for that fire north of the Prairie Chicken at all?
That's BIA.
That's
Yeah, well,
BIA.
that's why I mean, when you get all this, you're crossing and oh, no, that's BIA or that's.
No, this isn't though. This
That's
is,
exactly, and back to my comment about jurisdiction getting in the way of saving lives and property, you know.
And
It comes at a cost though.
And
Yeah, it really
I
does.
mean, if
And
everybody looks, oh, no, that's not our deal, that's somebody else's, I mean, it gets like kind of lacks
Hmm.
motivation
Hmm.
to drive 30 miles.
the one thing that this tribal administration did was it authorized my volunteer fire department to seek reimbursement on the reservation, where there has never been historic agreement
From where?
from property owners. So if the BIA owns or leases that land, they're responsible for that fire suppression.
So like if it's like that north of Prairie Chicken, there was a lot of privately owned land that burned.
Yeah.
But it started at,
Well,
Who's
they're,
the
they're,
dump
they're
around?
in our jurisdiction, and these guys gave me that right to go and bill them, to recoup Fire
To
costs.
bill the BIA or to bill,
the individual landowners.
yeah, but the
There's-
fire
the
started at
source
the
was
dump.
the dump.
Yeah. Well, if it's the dump, then it's responsible of the tribal organization.
The tribe owned, the dumps the tribes.
Yep.
So they should be the one paying the landowners.
Don't tell them yet. They inadvertently gave me that responsibility to do it. So, you know, they're,
Yeah, the fire insurance that the guy carries and stuff is pretty slim. what
pretty
they wanna
slack.
pay out.
It's even worse on the reservation when you don't have a tax-based system
Yeah,
or there's nothing set up. So I mean,
a
a lot of it
people
reverts
unpaid.
back to the landowner and property owner of that fire.
but you said 90% of the homes are HUD homes. So then,
It could be a profitable,
Yeah, that's where reimbursement will come through.
okay,
and that would all, they also gave me that right to any federal property on the reservation
Yeah.
is able to get reimbursed at the national rates. That's why it was included in the formation of this organization.
And I guess the reason why we're asking some of these questions is because, I mean, we've probably got a budget of $30,000 to $50,000 a year,
Mhm.
right? And so we've got a small tax, we, to Wayne's point, we do get $10,000 off of that from the tax base from that salmon colored area. That's what our opt-out is as of right now. So that's roughly a third of our operating budget on a per year basis. The county helps with the fuel expense that we have.
Mhm.
And then the rest of it comes from individual donations that we get through a fundraiser that we host in the fall. So if we blow up one truck engine, there goes our whole budget, what we have in a savings account or a checking account today. So that's why Rex is asking the question he asked, Wes, Wayne, and myself, is about the whole reimbursement type thing
Yep.
is, you know,
For example, I've been there 23 years on this one before I come from Kimball. And we've wore the same bunker gear for 23 years until last year. Now we have three people have new bunker gear. And every year we can do that, but by the time we get all the guys new bunker gear, the first set will be
Outdated, yeah.
So it is.
And like I said, you know, with the training and education standards, we're gonna be fully incorporated with the state. So, you know, there's minimum standards and training that, you know, every volunteer fire department has to maintain. And I hate to say this and put my tribe on the line, but we got resources that the county doesn't.
Now, where where will your money come from? Is that federal grant money to start your deal, or is that the
Right
tribe?
now, we're 100% funded by our tribe.
Okay.
Just like our ambulance and our OEM, it's 100% funded by the
Like how
tribe.
many dollars you got to start your fire department then?
Right now, at this time, we allocated roughly about 28,000 for these 3 fire skids that are coming up. There is grant potential out there. There is equipment that's accessible nationwide, specifically for the tribes, that we could have access to. We had some training through the Shakopee Fire Department, who owns their own fire academy and whatnot, and housing up there, that are willing to train our staff to par, which I wouldn't mind a month up at Shakopee. But
Right.
the potential is enormous, you know. The reason why we came for this mutual aid agreement is to build our relationship with the county. Looked at Shannon County and Oglala County. They couldn't come to an agreement with anything. So the tribe annexed it and renamed it Oglala. And, you know, all it comes down to is the tax-based community. Nothing on the reservation is taxable except for the fee land. And that puts us at a disadvantage, but if our tribe is willing to step up and fund us 100%, then all I can see is growth.
And we can also impose our own tax just for OEM or fire suppression. We do have a state tax agreement that we do get income from. But as a sovereign, we can impose a fire tax to, you know, for contribute to the funding of it. So there's many different ways, to do this. We just have to come up with,
I just
Get
get
that
that
right
idea
way.
to get started. Until you get started, if you don't have much money, that'd be more calls than down.
Yeah.
Now, is there like a set amount that you charge, or is that all up to the individual fire district?
It's a rate per truck and per guy.
Yeah. And like I
It's
said,
a state rate per truck.
and the reason why I quoted to my administration was the National Wildland Fire Coordination Group for fire suppression. So what that does is establish set rates for federal property. So if we have that as a minimum, we're guaranteed to recoup costs on any,
Like the
Federal
house is
property.
worth so much?
Yeah. and it's per hour, per call, and any associated expenses responding to that fire. So if you blew up a truck responding, that would be covered. If you, your wages can be billed back to this entity. Any expenses that you incurred can be, recouped according to their rates.
So,
Yeah.
it's been different here than obviously when I was in town. What is your guys' protocol when you have a structure fire? Who shows up?
Right now, we're in a
You pray.
process of.
No, I mean,
Right.
does an
That's what we do,
officer show
seriously.
up?
Highmore will show up,
No, no,
Chamberlain will
no.
show up, Kimball will show
I
up.
mean, do you have an ambulance for structure fire on standby? Do you have an officer on standby as structure fire? Who goes? Or
See,
does
the
fire?
problem we had in the past was there's no direction. The tribe couldn't tell that federal agency they needed to do this. That federal agency couldn't tell the tribe what to do. But if we're incorporated with the state of South Dakota, the standards will be met. So, if it does, I know Chamberlain, Kimball, and Davidson County, they all, when they have a structure fire, they do have resources available as far as their EMS. Law, we can request it, but we can't guarantee their federal.
So why wouldn't they show up? I'm just asking. the
I mean,
question.
they're on scene there anyway, but if they had another emergency or something else.
I think they do.
I was just, I mean,
If
you
they're
said,
available, but like say there's one person on duty and they got other calls too, so it's a matter of priority,
well,
you know.
yeah, and that makes sense, right? Priority.
Traffic control,
I know.
if it's needed, depends on location and what it is, you know.
And just like, we're not gonna
Emergency
depend
manager
on,
to do traffic control or firemen if you have extra, you know.
we're not gonna depend on your fire department to come in and save the day. You know, we got mutual agreements with the state that, anything past your local capacity is, mutual. Call the duty officer and they'll hit the button for, anybody that can respond will respond. Like the high school fire we had five counties respond to that. And
Anytime you have a mutual agreement, mutual aid agreement, it's basically, it's based on availability, manpower,
Resources.
Resources available. If they're not available, they're not available.
Exactly.
They're not required.
They're not required.
Nothing required. It's what's available, so.
and like I
As
said,
long as they understand that we're 30 miles away,
Yep.
response time is a long time, you
Yep.
know.
And vice
I mean,
versa,
I
they can
understand
respond
that
here.
with the ambulance services I use all the time. Tommy's already at the station, their response time is just like that.
Yeah.
You know, when I call a volunteer ambulance, the response time is gonna be longer because
Yeah.
they're at their job and they're home and they gotta leave there and get to the shed and it just takes longer.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And that's what we are as a volunteer, it takes longer to get there.
Yeah.
By the time we get there to a structure fire, the house is
Gone.
burnt, is gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
Even here, within 10 miles, it's gone.
I didn't realize you guys weren't structural certified. Not really. And then that's, I mean, we've got 3 guys that are structure certified and we really don't have a certified engine.
Yeah.
That's structure.
Brush trucks and a tanker.
It's gotta be certified. And our truck, our structure truck is not certified.
I told the structure.
So if there's a house fire costing or the family stuff that's there. Oh, I think we would, but, I mean, it's no different than what we would do. Right. But quote unquote certified, we're not. Yeah, exactly. It comes down to life rather than certification.
What's the bumper? $500,000?
Brand new pumper right now for the basics, $500,000.
Yeah.
That's brand new. You can get used ones that would fit the bill for less.
I mean, we've got a pumper, but it was a $15,000 pumper. It'll pump water, but I mean, it's not certified, it's not fancy, it's.
yeah. And same way with us, with that one we have now, impound lot is, donated from the
That
IA.
looks new compared to ours.
Oh, wow.
That looks fancy.
And like I said, I praised the new pumper truck, new structure truck, and, just for a brush unit is, 200,000.
But that's not out of the tribe's reach.
So what I'm saying is, we're gonna eventually get there, and starting point is, this mutual aid agreement with the county. And it doesn't bind your fire department, because you guys are incorporated underneath your own. What that does allow is, once we get established, it allows us to assist you guys if you guys have anything else beyond your capability, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Mutual aid agreement will foster in case we need it, if anybody's available, if we can get some boots on the ground and establish a quarter-acre fire before it takes off, that's more power to either one of us. So, if there's no action here or waiting for the state's attorney, then
Yeah, he's not here and I
Now,
can't get a
take
hold
that,
of
go
him.
through it, you guys add to it, amend it, whatever you think would work for you, then let's sit down and talk about it again,
Your deal's gonna be just volunteer.
yeah, it's gonna be established as a volunteer right now. Our paid, there's different classification of paid volunteer or strictly volunteer. it's my experience working for the tribe, if you're not paid or on the clock with the tribe, you don't fall underneath their benefits or their insurance. So it's my suggestion that these volunteers will be paid volunteers.
Yeah.
And the same benefits will, once we get incorporated with state fire marshal, the state benefits will carry down to any participant also.
And we could even, or maybe work on a clause somewhere along the lines that if you guys had to respond down there, then you would fall under the umbrella of the tribe.
What do you mean?
Or
On-
fall
as far as
underneath our
insurance.
insurance.
Yeah,
And that culpability, but it takes a mutual aid agreement for anything like that to incorporate. So, there's a lot of questions. We're new. I reached out to Arlen several times and just proposed a question to our admin staff, our tribal council, and we had mutual aid agreements with Kat Burton Benton when she was here early on for EMS service, not only for Buffalo, Brew, and Lyman County. I think was the trifecta or the way that it was read, but
and we could even add in there, I'm so proud of our ambulance service. It's state of the art. I put these guys up against anyone in this nation when it comes to emergency response and the abilities to address that that emergency. We all know that golden hour, that first hour, and these guys are on it. We can even add in there to get Crow Creek ambulance service to respond, and they do already.
Yeah. And with the direction, we'll have direct supervision, and
Yeah,
that could be written into our standard protocols also.
So they're talking ambulance and they're talking this, we've already done 911.
Mhm.
The only one we haven't hit on that we've been talking about is mental health.
mental health,
Our kids are in a state of emergency.
this whole nation is, mental
But
health's
in-
failing
but-
everywhere.
But in order for us to get them off to be seen, that's why we wanted to kind of sit down. I wish Dave was here too, but, come up with some way, maybe another MOA or something like that, how we can utilize it better.
Isn't the biggest problem though, Nina, was my understanding, is they have to be transported by a officer of some sort, and that's where,
The sheriff's department there.
yeah.
It puts a huge burden on the surrounding sheriff's association. Also,
But that's a responsibility.
Right.
And we did come up with some money for transportation, remember, because
Yep.
the IHS thought that they could come forward with that. And so, law enforcement is, maybe
So
that could be a
sheriff has
campaign
to
for
transport, it
employees.
can be reimbursed.
So, and that was kind of the purpose of Peter and
On that
Diane coming
MOU,
together,
I think
working with somebody. And the
OEM
tribe does have a
Okay.
new
We
mental health
have-
committee too.
We have one through the
Through
region.
that
That's
region,
extensive, it actually works with FEMA too.
Yeah.
So I will get that to you.
Okay.
Which would just a little bit less than this one to
Yeah.
worry about. And that covers all hazards, where this should be just fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think we're moving forward with a relationship, I think.
It really is. I mean, in my lifetime, it really has fostered greatly.
And it's the relationship that should have been in place from the very beginning.
Does your ambulance pick up outside the reservation?
Yeah.
Yes.
They will respond outside,
And-
they'll
and
they'll
it's
respond
always
wherever.
Tribal ID.
We have some pretty amazing technology in our ambulances. We have like telehealth.
Yeah.
We have doctors. Sioux Falls there that these guys tap into at any hour of the day when they're having issues with an emergency response.
No, I've heard it's really good.
Mhm.
It's-
Yeah, yeah, and hopefully we don't have to use it.
Does Kimball have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a state program
Yeah.
that we were able to secure that grant, and we secured some other things too to beef up our ambulance and our emergency services.
So every licensed ambulance service in the state of South Dakota received that grant,
Yeah.
and at least one unit. Same way with telehealth for the Sheriff's Association, if they
Yeah.
requested it, has that capability for mental health. Like I said, just trying to get into that 21st century
Yeah.
is a task alone. So I appreciate you guys for your time. And
you
if
for-
we could get on the agenda for the next meeting, maybe we can get together with Wes and the chief here and go forward.
And you, when was the fire meeting?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Okay.
What time is it?
8.
8 o'clock? Okay.
It'll come out on, Tommy?
Yeah.
It'll come out on the, I am responding, yeah. So
And that's a great thing that we partnership with South Dakota State Radio and bringing our responders into that 21st century. Arlen is got the fire department on I Am Responding, which is an app for your phone. And it's it's a decade old now, but
Mhm.
it's new to our county. And that's the reason why the tribe itself is taking the initiative to follow Buffalo County in their pursuit of the 911 system. Because the last grant we received in 97 or 98, working with Catherine Breton, OEM, we upgraded our 911 system with Buffalo County. And the Bureau of Indian Affairs chose not to implement it. It's still sitting in storage crates in their old facility. So, getting to that point is imperative because at this time and age, that technology, it don't matter if you call in from a cell phone, sat phone, or landline, it'll pinpoint your GSI location on the app.
Well, we've all worked hard to get it to this point that we can maybe see the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Get over the hump.
Huh?
Get over the hump.
Yeah.
I really think you're gonna see a lot of good things come of this. One, what you're gonna see coming from the tribe is on the ambulance side. They have ALS, which you don't see a lot of that, which is advanced life support. I don't know that Kimball has paramedics. I know Miller doesn't, and I don't think Gerald does, and they all have some kind of coverage area here. They're further away than Tommy is, and we've seen that a couple times since I've been the EM, where Tommy's brought the ambulance over and done some real good stuff for us. Where you're gonna see that come into big play is with the 911 stuff that's coming through, with Winter taking over our dispatch, the new gen stuff that's coming in, and just a quicker response. And there's nothing against Kimball or Gerald or Hand in their EMS. They all have great agencies and they do the best they can with the volunteers that they have. But we're out here right in the middle.
And it takes time for volunteers.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get compensated, like you come over here to pick somebody up, but you just bill to the person you're
It's a
picking up?
patient's responsibility as far as that's concerned.
If you've got insurance or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
We've eaten a lot of non-insured,
sure.
transports, which, that's a life. It don't matter.
right,
We can't put a dollar on that.
no,
That's it. And it's not a problem for just you guys either. It's all agencies that are running ambulances.
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna go where we're needed.
If we're available.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Well-
usually there'll be some kind of response if we get called, There always has been. I think the furthest we went was 7, 8 miles north on 45, and it was like, Sheriff Woman, where's this at? If we had that app, it would already be dispatched.
the trouble that we ran into is nobody wanted to take us. And Jason was so good about finding us, Winter.
Oh, yeah.
And all of the places that Winter works with is all got tribes. So that they're already used to
Yep.
what we have here. That was a big benefit, I felt like.
Oh, yeah.
They're a busy agency. And
Yeah.
I listen to them on the radio a lot and monitor their traffic. 602 is good.
So,
And they got their hands full. They cover, geographically, they cover the biggest area of the state.
yeah,
Population wise, it may not add up to Minnehaha
Right.
County, but the area that those gals and guys down there have to know. Yeah, it's phenomenal how they
Huge.
keep track of some of that stuff.
so. Well, thank you so much, and these guys will meet, and they'll get back to us, so.
Good.
All right,
Appreciate your time.
yes, thank you. On to public input, it was Tommy, we got that. On to the highway superintendent, Wesley.
We'll start with a fuel bid, one from Total Oil. Unleaded bulk 417, ethanol 360, number 2 dyed 389.
Can I have a motion to approve? All in favor? Put same sign, thank you.
Otherwise, we've just started mowing ditches. It was out today. White was spraying this morning, and as the wind allows, we started on the graveling project up on 335th. It's just for Danita's house is going north. With the rain, we've stopped, but as soon as it dries out, like Monday, we'll probably, if we don't get much rain here, I hope we get rained out. But we'll be back there, and then I go over and blade it. When you get so far ahead, the RV gets a little rough spot. That's why I bladed in front of your house. You got a little thick.
One side,
Huh?
one side.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take that sign off of that dead end sign, whatever?
Oh, yeah, I haven't been up there.
I know, I figured I was,
Yeah, next time I go by, I'll pop it out though. Otherwise, we're just routine right now. That gravel project's a big thing, spraying, so it seems we got our normal Buffalo County wind, so.
so we started spraying, heard you guys talk.
All of the E2 is sprayed. So we did one full round, that's for like Kosha, that's done. So he's starting on the thistle problem now.
Gee, nice to have our own.
Yeah, he was running this morning when I was out. Anything else, Wes?
Oh, we switched over the blades, now both of them. We tried a new system that I was pretty sold on. Tried one to see how it worked good, so we went on both. We are saving per day around 22 gallons of diesel every day, 4 days a week. So if you just figure 20, that's $1,200 a month less fuel. So, and the blades are a third of what we were paying for them carbide blades. So it's working.
Good,
That's all I got though.
okay. Deb?
There were 0 hospitalizations, but there are some bills within there that will have that should get paid in regards to some of those confidential ones. Online as well, or on Facebook as well as sent it to you guys. The treasurer auditor report is in there, and we both matched, so that's
If you want to
good.
give that to Rex. I printed them off this morning.
Same as the Register of Deeds information. I got that to Janice last night, and I think we had $180 for the month last month.
Yeah.
So everything that you want to see in regards to that is online. So that's kind of all I have in regards to that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we need to canvass the votes. Excuse me. You should have this, and well, mine got stapled backwards.
Probably everybody did.
And probably everybody's did. So if you start on the back, it says 1 of 8. Okay,
And we kind of got to go back and forth on all this because we'll go through precinct 1 first, then precinct 2,
and
then precinct 3.
Okay. For the United States Senator Republican, precinct 1, 11 for Jason McNeil, 39 for Mike Brown.
And I have that same count right here in our tally.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, turn it over for the United States Representative Republican, precinct 1, Marty Jackley, 34. James Biolta, 14.
See those two? Yep, same here.
Governor race, precinct 1, Larry Roden, 20, John Hanson, 12, Dusty Johnson, 8, Toby Doden, 11.
Yep.
State Senator, District 6, Precinct 1, Troy Lunderman, 15, Sean Bordeaux, 16 for the Democratic. For Republican, Rebecca Reimer, 18, Tamara Grove, 33. State Representative, District 26B, Precinct 1, Will Mankey, 27, Angela Hanslick, 20. Okay, Democratic County Finance Officer, Precinct 1, Deborah Morrison, 9, Susan Horty, 27.
So that should conclude number 1,
Right.
precinct 1.
Yep. So turn it back for precinct 2. Justin McNeil, 2. Mike Rounds, 11. United States Representative, Marty Jackley, 10. James Biolta, 3. Governor, Precinct 2, Larry Roden, 6, John Hanson, 5, Dusty Johnson, 1, Toby Doden, 1. State Senator, Democrat, Precinct 2, Troy Lunderman, 9, Sean Bordeaux, 18, Republican, Rebecca Reimer, 5, Tamara Grove, 8. State Representative, Republican, Precinct 2, Will Mankey, 5, Angela Hanslick, 7. County Finance Officers, Precinct 2, Deborah Morrison, 21, Susan Horty, 6. So back to precincts for precinct 3.
And there was a school board as well, so on the very back page of that, you had Kendra Olson, 10, and
Kelly
Kelly
Konieczny, 5. That was for Kimball, yeah.
District 2.
Yep.
Yep.
Precinct.
Yep, 2.
Okay, precinct 3. United States Senator Justin McNeil, 3. Mike Rounds, 13. United States Representative, Precinct 3, Marty Jackley, 12. James Biolta, 3. Governor, Precinct 3, Larry Roden, 0. John Hanson, 5. Dusty Johnson, 4. Toby Doden, 7. State Senator, District 26, Democrat, Precinct 3, Troy Lunderman, 27, Sean Bordeaux, 83, Republican, Rebecca, 3, Tamara Grove, 13. State Representative, 26B, Precinct 3, Will Mankey, 7, Angela Hanslick, 8. Finance Officer, Precinct 3, Deborah Morrison, 68, Susan Horty, 35. Precinct 3, County Commissioner, Democrat, Danita Loudner, 49, Rick Woolidge Jr., 14. Now you want the totals?
So that concludes, or you can, but that would conclude the canvassing.
Okay.
And then You would just have to sign off on these if you guys approve of them.
I got a question here.
Yes,
And there's nothing provable, but in precinct 3, for the finance officer, there was 103 votes cast. But for the commissioner, there was only 63 votes. And I can't, there's something funny there.
Because precinct 3 is my district.
That's right.
Yeah, now listen, but I've got 3 precincts coming out of there. I've got 1, 2, and 3.
yeah, there's only a small portion, because we looked at that this morning.
It's in my office.
In her office, there's only a small portion of District 3 that can actually vote. So not all of the ballots had
My
Danita
name,
on them.
Because I have district
Who does the rest of the district vote for?
number 1.
Or
It comes
two,
out of
yeah.
here, whoever that guy is running. District 2 comes where Dawn is. I've got all 3 districts out of mine.
So you're pretty much all tribal people.
No, because District 1 comes from here all the way up to.
Your district is what I'm saying.
I'm talking, you saying tribal. Mine is right there, probably behind the casino. Up-
Right there in
up
Fort
north.
Thompson.
No, and it goes all the way north to, toward county line.
I had that
Yeah.
same question. I mean, because when you look at the results online,
Mhm.
okay, to Rex's point, there was like 100, when it says District 3, and it says that Danita and Rick were on the ballot for District 3, right? So as you look at the results, it shows that for the Democratic Senate race, there was like 110 or so
Yeah, it was
votes.
110 total.
And when that would have been Democratic voters, right? And then when it's the auditor or finance off, whatever you want to call that position, there was like 103 or 105
Because that's all
votes.
3 precincts, yeah.
Mhm. That's all 3 precincts.
So why, okay, no, that's not all 3
Yes, it
precincts.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Online, it is listed as
District 3.
precinct 1, precinct 2, and precinct 3.
It breaks it down.
Okay, then if you go to the commission race, it says the same thing, District 3, but it doesn't have a district. It only has like 50 voters in that precinct.
That
Does that make sense?
voted. That voted.
But on the results online, okay, and if you go back to the results you just talked about,
Mhm.
on District 3, and you look at the Democratic voters in District 3, Dawn, for the finance officer position, there was 103 votes, I believe. Then you look at District 3, it's listed as District 3, the same, and on Danita's, and, excuse me, the commissioner race, it has only 50 votes. So to Rex's point,
There's 63 votes.
or 60, whatever, I
Right,
mean, there's,
no, yeah.
there's a difference, right?
So there's
And it's-
different
and it's a
districts in the
significant.
county?
Okay.
There's 3 districts.
Where's
The
your
one
map
goes
at?
around.
It's in my
There's
office,
three
the top
There's
type.
3 districts
And it's
that
listed
come
as
out-
3
that come
districts.
Out of District 3.
While she's looking for that, can we get the total for each precinct?
It doesn't have the total for each precinct. It's got the total of each person, but it doesn't
Per
give us
precinct.
the precinct totals.
You don't have a total from your,
Right here.
It's on the tape,
You got them showing the
but
tape.
it's not what we had to
There's the
input,
tape.
no.
You showed that, the part of it.
We had 90 voters here out of a possible 127.
and 2, what do you got?
Does
Yeah.
that make sense, Dawn, why it's a little confusing there?
Hopefully this,
Oh, try living in Fort. Right across the street's another district. Okay, so, well, no, okay, so here's the casino right here, okay? Yeah. This is all Knott's Landing, you go all the way over here,
That's District
comes
1.
all, no, this District 1.
Okay,
Right,
so,
and that goes into Bad Nation.
so, these individuals here,
So
that live
37,
right here,
37 of district.
is their voting district then, do they gotta come to Gan Valley?
Nope, right there.
So then,
Okay, so
They-
that makes more sense, because,
So I wouldn't be on this ballot. these guys here wouldn't have me on here, nor would this is second district right
And
here.
these guys all vote here.
Right,
So that's where it's confusing, because when it's listed online, okay, all these people are listed as District 3.
That was precinct 1.
Does that make sense, Danita?
yeah, I hear what you said, but this is District 3 right here.
You should be able to pull it down.
And this is District 1.
See that?
I understand.
And the only way you would have, and you would probably be right on that because
Okay.
Yeah.
she wouldn't know that until the ballots were counted here. Because the ballots from here contain all these guys coming out here in Crow
37
Creek District, all those ballots.
And this was in.
So these guys don't have to go to Crow Creek Housing to
Yeah,
vote.
precinct.
I
So
don't-
here's,
it used to
this
be
can make
all
sense
one.
too. So here's precinct 3. So we have precinct 3. The precinct 3,
And
you
29.
can also vote in, there's not too many.
Yeah.
So, okay,
These people are District 1, though, right?
Three.
So they can come vote.
so I can come up here and vote?
No, because we don't have, no,
Why not?
you'd
We
have
need
to have.
better
some-
machinery.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, we need
I'm
better
asking, why not?
Well, we could, but it would have to be, then you could vote absentee ballots and go anywhere you wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Absentee.
I'm just asking questions.
Right. But we could do that, but it's a whole different set of guidelines that the commissioners
Well,
would
I
have
know
to
where it
review.
Hughes County does what you
I
say.
don't know.
Right.
Because if I pull up the
A
results
vote
online,
center,
That's
we'd have to
who
become a
they're-
vote center.
if I pull up the results online and it says District
Not
3,
one, not
which
two.
makes me think it's just your district, right? So that's
There were still
why
signs hanging out.
it looks funny. So Rex is
Definitely had somebody running
No,
against this.
within 100 feet.
Well, that's-
It cannot be within 100 feet.
This is the,
Right
this,
here, District 1.
Doesn't-
Yes.
right here.
So
But it
these
also
people,
comes
These
right
people
down here.
are in District 1.
yes, so they vote for whoever's running for commissioner in District 1.
Yeah.
And
Which
this is
is-
right here goes
It's
down
always
the street.
been that way.
This is a street. Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, I hear you.
But why do they have
What?
District 3 on the finance officers?
Because we all vote for
I
finance
know, but why do
officers.
they separate it into districts?
Because that's probably where it came from, right there. But it would come out as a precinct. Should come out as a precinct.
So online, it's confusing as heck, because you look at the results
Never used to be.
online, and it raises a question.
Now, okay, if Jacob was in the election, these people won't vote for him because they're voting for Thompson?
No, they would, Rex,
No,
they'd be on
he'd
that
have a
ballot.
ballot, that the same one that would be here in
Yeah.
Dan Valley would be a ballot that they would have.
Then they'd have to drive to get it, doesn't it?
No. They vote there.
See, that's the confusing part.
So can I use an example?
Yeah.
Randy Shields came out last night, and he's a pickup guy,
He's over here.
and he's, yeah, where's,
He's right there. Right now. Where's he? Where is he?
oh, we're over here.
Yeah.
He's good in here.
I don't have them, that's all precinct
So-
1 in there.
You know, use this right
So
here.
he's in
Kinda.
District 2, and he asked me last night why I thought I get to vote for a commissioner. There's only two people on, or two different things to vote on.
Yeah.
I said, well, you
Check
gotta
that
be not in District
Kind of
3.
explains.
He said, well, I voted where you bet was, but that would be where he would vote.
That's Catholic Church.
But he's not, he's in
District.
Don's
So
district.
pull up his shields. We just looked at that. Remember that? I showed you. So look up Shields and Precinct 3. Precinct 3, but Commissioner District 1.
It's a jigsaw.
No, yeah, it is, especially when you have a neighbor across the street. that's
See, there's
something.
different, your point, Deb, it made sense, right? District 3, Commissioner District 1.
Yeah. So,
That
It
made,
is
that made
confusing.
more sense,
Okay.
right?
So, but if we wanted to, in Huron, let's say, they have everybody has to come to Huron, all around. We've chosen not to do that. It's never happened here. I would love it. Trust me, it would make it easier for everybody. But does everybody want to go to Fort Thompson? Because that's your main population.
No, what I'm saying is, it's confusing the way it's written on the website. So on the
The
Secretary of
state
State,
website.
Secretary
I-
of State's website.
Right, and I
it's
can't change
confusing.
theirs.
I understand that. The only thing that would be different is if it had District 3, Commission District 3.
Okay, here.
There is a 3-3. And on
Yeah.
your ballots, it showed a 3-3.
So here's one, Shannon Shields, she's precinct 3, Democratic Buffalo 3. But, where's that one, we just, Randy Shields, okay? He's in precinct 3, but he's in Democratic
District.
Commissioner 1.
So that's the confusing part,
Right.
is that when you
And-
look at the states,
That's where he lives. on
The way he
map.
lives, I mean, here's the official book,
I
right
know
here.
where he lives, but, okay, so you sort them off, everybody comes in into Fort Thompson and votes. You sort them out because they're in a different district, right? District 1.
Well, so somebody came in, so we had our precinct workers. So like in District 2, there were 4 ballots. There was a school board ballot, there were 2 Democratic ballots, 2 Republican ballots because of the school
School
board
board.
issue. So they had to sort which one, but they look at this poll book type thing right here, and it kind of shows you, all right, I'm gonna pull this ballot and this is how you would vote. So,
Well, like if Jacob, somebody's running against him, so you'd have 2 different.
Could very
District
well.
1 and District 3, and then they can all come in and vote in Fort
the
Thompson,
new,
correct?
he'll be replacement for Rex.
Okay, so that would be everybody in Knott's Landing?
They all come to Fort Thompson to vote,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you sort them ballots off to the right district.
Correct.
Now, why isn't the other one sorted that way, so you know?
no, they wouldn't be sorted the right district, Rex.
It comes to
So
here and
if
it's
you look
sorted
at the
here.
state's website on there, okay, so say I was running against Jake, okay? And I'm in District 1, okay? So if you were in Fort Thompson or that part of the county
East
up
end or
there,
west end of the county.
okay, so say Ellsworth, okay? They would go to Fort Thompson to vote. So when the results come across for District 1 Commissioner, it's gonna have District 3, Tate Von I, Jake Knipling.
Precinct 3.
Precinct 3,
Precinct 3.
and then also in Precinct 1, it's gonna have Tate Von I and Jake Knipling. So it's confusing as crap is what it is,
Precinct 3, Commissioner
Commissioner
District
District
1.
but it's not listed on the website that way,
No,
on the state's website that way.
So on that website, on there was 2 places you could go to. I think it had precinct. You could do 2 different spots to push on it. I'll have to double check that because we had to double check that to see if that showed on the map. So there was 2 areas you could go to, district or precinct.
Okay.
So
My next question, I guess, being we're talking about it and we're having an open dialogue, is how come with right around 200 voters, it took our county 2 to 3 hours more than some of the counties that had 600, 700 voters?
we had one of the, was it precinct 2? And we had to go through and count. They didn't fill out their paperwork quite right. And
they
we
have a
had-
recap sheet.
Their
has to
recap,
happen.
there's a recap sheet and numbers were not matching. It said they had 40 voters, they actually had 38. So Dave was in there, we emailed the state, what do you do for a recap? So we had to hand count all of the leftover that did not get voted. And mind you, there were 4 different ones.
Yep.
And recount everything to make sure it came out. That was a holdup. And one of the ballot boxes came in without a wire seal. They were both paper
Just a
sealed,
paper
both
seal.
ends of it. And Wayne picked them up, but there was not a wire seal on both of them. We had to contact the state's Secretary of State's office to make sure this was right.
And we got emails proving that.
And
it
we've
was
got
approved,
emails
right.
proving everything.
Can I ask another question? Back in the old days, we used to feed those suckers through. How come how come the last couple of elections we've had to punch in a code?
Some of them want you to, some of them
That's the
don't.
machines that get you.
Oh my gosh,
You might have 4 that are just, and then you'll have 10 that wants you have to take the district number in, and then you'll have 2 that you don't, and then.
Yeah, it was kind of,
With Elvira Township, I had my good girls here. I could have hand counted them as fast as we put them through that machine.
but it all has to go through this.
I know.
So, but we are gonna have to have a hand count because we do have a governor's race. And so we're gonna
Oh, yeah.
redo everything again, just for the governor's
I was
race.
wondering how that was gonna work,
Yep.
'cause that's what, July 27th?
Yep, so everybody, if you wanted to register and become a Republican instead of a Democrat, you have until July 13th. And then we'll have to redo everything again, which is a big burden for Buffalo County, because there's not, like, especially, there's not a whole lot of Republicans on a couple sides, but we'll still have to run.
Well, you know, you got plus 15 over there.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yep, so we'll be doing it all over again,
Just
so.
the 2 people.
I haven't called you guys because I just found out.
Then you can get by with over at Fort with just 2 girls over there then. can't
You know, you can't, you have to have odd numbers.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
but I
have,
mean, you can have a Republican and Democrat. You won't
And
need all-
another party, because you have to
you
have
won't
3
need all
people.
5 like you had.
Don't, nope, wouldn't need all
Because if you
5.
said over there for 14 people, you'll go crazy and you'll eat yourself.
And it doesn't have to be the same people we had before, so, but,
Because we eat ourselves to death.
yeah, it's a long day.
Yeah,
It's a long day.
gonna need lots of
And I,
lunch.
right, and maybe at some point, the commissioners will want to look at a vote center to see if that would be something you guys would want to do, so everybody would vote in one place. So, like in Huron. So
Can you do it temporary, like for this deal?
I don't know the answer to that one. I mean, like, have everybody go
Just
to,
because there's only just them 2 guys on the ballot, right?
right.
Most of the Republicans are over on this end. Find out if you can just do it for one deal and switch back or whatever.
How many-
I've sent the question out to them already. I
Oh,
haven't
you
gotten a
did?
response, yeah. Because you're right, it would make more sense, but what's fair is
The only
fair.
thing, we won't have a meeting, it'd be just before that, you couldn't even do it probably today.
yeah, no, July we have 2 meetings.
July, we'd have 2 meetings for budget. First one for regular, and then there'll be a
Well,
budget meeting.
and then we'll have to do one to canvass the votes too, won't we?
Correct.
But I'm saying if you did that
That's
one place voting, you'd
July
have to do
27th
it
or
30 days
28th,
ahead
I
or
don't-
something,
I don't
wouldn't you, or
remember.
some amount of time.
Just like we have
I
right
think
now.
they said the 27th, they were done.
Yeah, yeah. And so there'll be absentee ballots that will start out. So
Okay,
the absentee ballots will start. Yeah, I need a John Hancock
Yeah.
on that.
I need you guys to sign this, that we have, canvass the votes.
So while you guys are working on that, I can go on to the next thing. We will not have to have a post-election board, which we've had in the past, because once there's a runoff, you don't have to have a post-election. So I may ask the post-election people to maybe be part of this if they wanted
Where was
to.
that at? Did you sign that, Anita?
I did, right there in front of it.
Yeah, need you to,
Should I sign it first?
yeah, but don't hang on those, go with that.
This,
No, right there,
this.
that pile.
Yeah, you send all of that to the state.
Yeah, she's gotta send that all to the state, so keep it all together. That's what I'm saying. So we don't
We will
have,
not be doing a post-election. There's an option we could or could not, and I don't think
thank you.
at the taxpayers' expenses, we should probably have that.
Okay.
It's just so I think we will only do, if you guys are okay with it, only do the runoff election, which is,
Okay.
so. Number 12 then, annual, we're gonna come up to the annual budget here pretty soon, so I'll send everybody there where we're at. Janice and I have not got together to be able to do everything, so when you get the 6 month, I'll send it to you guys so that we know exactly where we're at.
Okay.
And, so. Executive set, did you guys want to set up a meeting for the annual report, or do you just want to do it So it has to be 2 meetings in July.
Mhm.
So the first one, do we want to set it up for like the 3rd Tuesday of the month? Or do we just want to?
Can you do the canvases and then the other?
I
one at
hope
the same
so.
I have got to have total shoulder replacement in July. So,
Towards the end of the month. How about we just, when's your,
my appointment to figure it out is the 10th
okay.
of July. So,
I'll just send out to you guys possible dates. and
Okay.
We'll go from there. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Executive session, you guys,
anybody need it? Okay.
I've been setting, the vouchers are there, so
Yep.
I will get
I've
those
been through 'em
inputted
all.
and
Didn't even hear the vouchers.
so we doing, so upcoming meetings and courses and those type of things, I think. Is there a weed, are you gonna do a weed meeting? And then I have, you guys are gonna be going, so, but you guys have already approved those
Right.
as a one for overall, so I don't think there's any new
Okay.
conferences or anything else, so. What's that? Oh, June 19th, we get off.
Oh, yeah,
Juneteenth, is that what they call it?
Juneteenth. It's Friday, June 19th. I believe it's on a Friday, if I remember
It is.
seeing it.
So how does that work for you guys? Then you get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then you take Thursday, Friday off?
We'll do 2 hours.
And then figure out the 2 hours, okay. All right. So that's all I have in regards to this. Oh, yeah. There's a voucher in here, you guys, for CASA. We have never,
Never
Sometimes-
paid it, never used it, so,
she's asking for $500.
and,
They come every year.
yeah. So just letting you know that it came.
Yes. It's kind of a weird looking one. Something new I've never seen. So,
All those gravel piles last a long time.
Have you even used out of ours this year? I don't,
I don't want to shake that right up to it right now. We're talking to a guy that's gonna offload that crane, or offload that structure and see if he'll lift it for us. Maybe we can reinforce underneath there.
When's that come?
He said the end of the month. Josh's gonna call the actual supplier and see if it's done or if it's still a stall.
Construct.
He's got till what, November 1? I'd have to look back at the
I
last,
think so.
which I think in 2 weeks, from start to finish, you can get it done. It's a matter of just lining up the crane, which he's got him reserved. I talked to the crane company. He's sitting there waiting for the call.
Where's he coming from?
In Sioux Falls. They've got it, it in Sioux Falls, but I think they bring them out of Sioux Falls now. But it's big enough, we could probably lift that whole branch of cables. Or he's there, maybe we could get a sweetheart deal on it. Maybe. Be too simple.
That's the engineer study. Josh, oh, you mentioned Josh.
Yeah, I'm not doing it unless he says that it's. Oh yeah, Josh will be doing his inspections too. He's thought this month on all of them. So it'll be every 2 years. I would assume, I'm just shooting from the hip, but I'm assuming that Larson Bridge weight limit's gonna go up, or excuse me, down.
Is it showing signs?
I don't know, we'll really technically cross with the blade.
Really? Yeah.
Do you get some new blades? Is that what's in there?
Ouch.
The sharp system, yeah, that's for steel
That's the
blade.
one I was asking.
Who thinks when they inspect the bridges that, we don't
34.
34 is another.
Yeah.
Mileage. That was for
Wes,
SDSU one too.
If that happens, then does that move us up on?
Is that
our
Andrea Shields?
application?
Because we're.
Well,
She's gone,
we filled this
so-
year.
Yeah, but we had agreed to
This
pay
year
for
we
it at
did
the start of
last
the
year,
year.
we did this year.
For any mileage.
Yeah, the
But
mileage.
There's that many more
salary.
purchases.
Yeah, this is her salary.
I'd set it aside, I'll call
I
them.
still think the bridge will get done in 29.
Don't sign them and we can
3 more
bring
years.
it next month.
Long time doing that, if you got a blade two, turn around with the back.
Yeah, or take a truck.
Yeah.
Go
West.
around.
Okay, I need a motion.
Okay, you were-
Rex, we need a motion to approve the agenda. Vouchers,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we went to that.
Maybe the
Next
date,
meeting
completion
is
date, Maybe.
July 7th.
It'd be the first Tuesday of the month, I don't have it up with me.
July 7th at 1 o'clock. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Glenn, what I was saying is, what is 29?
I don't have any different. It's been pretty.
But it's all
We did not. It takes longer to train them. And then you have
Not yet.
Yeah, well, we had, everybody had their own duties.
Dentist, this,
It's just-
brand.